What don't talk about we'll take this with no. We want every belt you got. I don't care what kind of belt it is. It could be the Joe Patty seafood belt. I want that. I don't care what it was. If you had a belt in my weight class.
When boxing's two flashiest legends finally meet for the first time, what happens when their enormous egos match their undefeated legacies? This is about far more than respect now. This is a generational clash built up for decades. One is a defensive genius who defeated all opponents with pure precision and speed. The other is a walking highlight reel whose knockout power and spectacular flair made crowds roar. Yet now, years past their prime, these two titans enter the same ring not as commentators or retired icons but as fighters again. When Floyd Mayweather and Roy Jones Jr. first locked eyes at that press conference, the tension was not merely thick, it was truly historic.
Thomas, in Dubai, I'm traveling the world on my jet, making millions every month, not worried about nothing. And then when I see it's a chance for me to do a heist, a quick heist, I'm gonna let y'all know this. Y'all can say what y'all want to say. At the end of the day.
Let's revisit the beginning, as this entire event truly started when Floyd's team hinted at one more major exhibition. Fans expected another random influencer or perhaps a simple paid trip to Japan for an easy fight and a holiday. Then came the surprising turn with Roy Jones Jr., which caught everyone off guard. Roy had been publicly challenging several fighters and suggesting a few personal grudge matches of his own. However, when he specifically targeted Floyd, it felt deeply personal because boxing fans had always dreamed of a prime Floyd versus Roy clash years ago. That fantasy match never materialized due to the weight difference, the timing, and various promotional obstacles all standing in the way.
Fight fans around the world, I know how y'all are. I know y'all enjoy this thing of boxing. I know we play games and people have their issues and people have opinions. It's cool too. I got opinions and I'm allowed to say my opinions or speak my opinions. And if somebody was trying to send me a subliminal message, it worked, because if you want to prove that you're better than me, I'm always ready. Wide open, ready to go. Let's go.
Now there is no championship belt at stake and no undefeated record left to defend, just two legends with something personal to prove. From the very start, this was not a calm discussion. Roy entered the press room with his classic confident swagger, his chin raised and his eyes fixed ahead without any hesitation. Floyd arrived as smoothly as ever, wearing designer sunglasses and showing no reaction to the cameras until he saw who was waiting across the table from him.
One question on my mind, and I appreciate you answering it. Does Floyd Mayweather want to smoke with Roy Jones Jr.?
Floyd Mayweather, anybody else that wants to smoke with Roy Jones Jr., you go damn well if you get in it. Has there ever been a question? That's one thing that's different from Roy. That's the difference between Roy and Floyd. Floyd picked these folks. Roy fought whoever comes in. So, don't get me fucked. You already cut.
They must have really forgot. They must have really forgot. Don't be sorry, Jim. Don't be sorry.
Anybody come my way, man, I'm always ready for it.
Did you feel disrespect? Like, I mean, obviously you did feel disrespected.
I mean, like I said, when this man was supposing him up over there in Dubai, I was going to give it a shot live to make sure he got home okay. You understand me? So, no matter what the difference may be, I still respect you as a champion. Now, you're not my top five, but I still...
You could sense it immediately. These were not two retired men fondly remembering past glories. This was a collision of two empires and two entirely different legacies, both forged in championship gold and now set on a direct crash course. And while no physical punches were thrown during this meeting, the hostile energy in the room was absolutely palpable.
Yeah, that's fine. I went out of my way to troll him a little bit now. You want to fight? Come on, man. I ain't tripping. You ain't got to troll me. Come see me. That's who I am. I don't do talk well, you know?
Have you heard anything from him or anybody in the camp?
No, I ain't heard nothing yet, but they know where I'm at and they know how to find me.
I mean, you think there's a possibility, Roy? Like, we might get this exhibition?
Ain't gonna be no exhibition. I want it real. Ain't no sense being an exhibition. What we gonna play for? We both fight for real. What we playing for? Wasn't no exhibition. We didn't make it real. Exhibition for people playing. We ain't playing. I ain't anyway.
I mean, I'm being kind of lighthearted about this. You seem a little intense. I've interviewed you a lot of times. I don't think I've seen this look in your eye before.
Well, I mean, I don't bother nobody. I'm authorized. I can have my own opinion. If you got a problem with my opinion, then anything I say, I'll be willing to fight about. That's why I don't fuss much, because if I say it, I mean it. And if you want to do something about it, come on.
All right, real quickly.
Inside the ring, outside the ring, I don't care. Do whatever, wherever you want to do it. That's what I'm built for this.
Security personnel were positioned throughout the venue, clearly on high alert after the airport incident, determined to prevent a repeat of that chaos. Yet even without any physical contact, the sheer heat between these two men was enough to make the entire room tense. Now that this first official face-to-face meeting between Roy Jones Jr. and Floyd Mayweather has gone viral, every boxing legend imaginable is weighing in with their predictions, and their takes are remarkably bold and divisive.
Mayweather getting after it. Just what are your thoughts? I know you watch it because I can see the smile on your face.
It's two uncles, man, going at it, man. I don't know what to say. You know, I don't even know how to feel about it. I mean, I do know this. They're fighters. And, you know, entertainers and fighters, they're sensitive about their work. And as tough as fighters are, they are sensitive. Nobody wants you messing with their legacy or even hinting at messing with their legacy and saying anything against their legacy. So I guess Roy said something that Floyd didn't, you know, respect, and Floyd responded in Floyd Mayweather fashion.
Is anybody wrong?
And Roy responded in RJ fashion. You know, straight to the camera, no edited footage. I'm to your face, what's up? So who's wrong? I'm not gonna get in that. I just, you know, it's tough, man. They're fighters, bro. I don't care if they're 70, they're gonna be talking like this. So I really don't have an opinion in terms of who's right and wrong. I just understand.
Manny Pacquiao did not waste a single moment or attempt to soften his opinion. He stated outright that Roy Jones Jr. wins this fight, and not only wins but knocks Floyd out. Let that statement settle in. Manny believes Roy possesses the power, timing, and angles to stop Floyd completely. Oscar de la Hoya, in contrast, focused more on the psychological battle at play. He remarked that if you plan to attack Floyd, you must be prepared because he will retaliate more fiercely than anyone else in the sport.
No comment.
Rolly Romero.
I actually like him. I actually like Rolly because I spend a little time with him. He doesn't talk smack. He's like quiet and he does his thing. You know, he had a good fight against Ryan. Yeah, I think he's a nice guy.
Floyd Mayweather added in Roy Jones Jr.
I mean, look, once a fighter, always a fighter. Look, if you're gonna attack Floyd's character, he's gonna attack you back. That's just the bottom line. It's like with me and Berlanga. If you're gonna try to attack, like with me, I'm just having fun. Because I can.
What is the beef with you guys? It's Edgar, it's Rolly. They all seem to come at you so personally. Even Shakur, that's the next one. Give me one to Shakur. Like, what is the issue?
Well, because I have all the guys that are winners. That's it. You know, we promote, we do what we do best at Golden Boy Promotions, and they're trying to take us down. It's okay. Hey, you don't have to take me down. I'm just a promoter. Go fight your fight and win. I mean.
Meanwhile, Bernard Hopkins contributed a precise technical breakdown to the ongoing debate. He claimed Floyd is undertaking something genuinely perilous by meticulously exposing and targeting the vulnerabilities that Roy has accumulated from his past intense battles.
A show of a man vulnerability at that moment when Roy was fighting Tarver, I believe, or Glenn Johnson. One thing that I've learned over the years, and I was a villain of it, to put a man down when he's down at his side or when he's down by a punch. I'll say that if you look at Roy Jones' defeats and you look at his longevity of victory and very unorthodox, unusual, probably never be again style that he had, I think that good of him in his era will always, and stands now, overshadows anything that went the opposite, means defeat. Roy Jones' rewards and his victories supersede 10 times than his defeats. That's the way I'll answer that.
However, the situation turned truly personal when Floyd's own Uncle Jeff Mayweather finally broke his silence. His perspective carries unique weight as he knows Floyd's approach better than anyone. If he is endorsing this move, then Floyd is entirely committed. Now James Toney presented a very different attitude, and he did not hesitate, stating that if this fight happens, Floyd must attack directly and aggressively. Antonio Tarver provided a more balanced view by acknowledging that Floyd is undoubtedly one of the smartest fighters in history, but Roy is also an all-time great with a freakish level of talent. When you analyze all these opinions, this event is becoming a full generational war pitting Floyd's technical genius against Roy's explosive legacy, with the entire boxing world divided in their support. Now we must discuss what is truly at stake. This is not about championship belts or rankings. This is purely about legacy. For Floyd, entering the ring with Roy is a genuine risk. He has made his exhibition fights seem like simple sparring sessions, but Roy Jones Jr. even now represents a completely different kind of challenge.
Something that maybe you don't like about Floyd.
One thing I don't like is that you don't respect elders. You talk about Muhammad Ali got beat by an 8-0 fighter. The 8-0 fighter was an Olympian who was a monster, who, if you had a monster like that in your weight class, you wouldn't fight him at that time. You understand where I'm coming from? So, that being said, you're disrespecting the greatest fighter of all time. And if you disrespect him, you disrespect anybody. So you have no respect. But when you see me, you're gonna have some respect. Because if you wanna get it, we can get it. I'm willing to go earn my respect.
But I didn't hear you say anything disrespectful about Floyd.
I never do. I'm not the disrespectful type of guy. That's not who I am. I'm the type of guy. The reason I'm not disrespectful is because when I say something, I'm ready to die for it. So if I say this, I'm willing to die for this. You understand me?
You stand on it.
I stand on it. You understand me? I'm not, like I said, I don't think LeBron is not a great player. I'm not one of the greatest players of all time. But if you ask me, in your opinion, my opinion, which I'm entitled to, you think LeBron or Mike, I'm gonna say Mike because I saw what Mike went through to get where he got. So I got my own reason why I'm gonna probably like Mike. I'm not saying just you're trash. No, you're not. I'm not saying you're not a great player.
Right.
I'm not saying you're not one of the top 5. Because you could be that, you feel me? And in most people's opinion, you probably are. Some people's opinion, you probably top 1. That's not, I can't say, oh, I'm right and everybody's wrong. No, that's just my opinion.
Right.
I'm entitled to my opinion. But I will fight about my opinion. Right. So if you got a problem with my opinion, whoever, call my house. It ain't changed.
Floyd's whole identity is built on control, staying untouched. If Roy even lands one clean shot and makes Floyd stumble, that's a meme forever. That's a dent in the untouchable aura.
You know, I didn't have to have 70 fights or 150 fights, 300 fights. Did I not beat the most world champions?
Yes, you did.
Okay. And in the least amount of fights?
Yes, you did.
Who got the highest gate?
Floyd Mayweather.
Who made the most money?
You did.
Who was the most accurate fighter of all time?
You were.
So it's basically saying that
the greatest of all.
Floyd's entire identity has been constructed on total control and remaining physically untouched. If Roy even manages to land one single clean punch that causes Floyd to visibly stumble, that moment would become an indelible meme forever. It would create a permanent dent in that carefully cultivated aura of being untouchable.
I think, oh, he the greatest fighter all the time? Nah. Chavez was 80-0 at one point. 80. He could retire at 8-0. You go ever top that? No. He just didn't stop, right? You got to 50 and you stopped because of Rocky Marciano.
Right.
So Rocky died. If he wouldn't die, he probably would have kept going too. So and then at the end, you fight a guy that's 0-0 for number 50. How can I respect it?
Okay.
You feel me? Right. So, I mean, I love Floyd, don't get it wrong, I'm not hating on Floyd, but come on, bro, you fight a guy that's 0-0. Conor McGregor was 0-0.
For Roy, this fight represents redemption. He was once regarded as the pound-for-pound king before a series of losses later in his career tarnished that status. Defeating Floyd even in a sanctioned exhibition could fundamentally reshape how people view his entire career record. It would silence every critic who claimed he remained in the sport for far too long.
Yeah. He don't care. He just I
think a lot of the boxers, and I ain't saying Floyd is bad, and I think a lot of boxers mad they had nothing to do with Floyd either.
Right, which is do his own thing.
They wanted to, but they didn't have like.
And what you just brought up,
We also cannot overlook the true driving force here, which is pride. Floyd has been subtly disrespectful for years through quiet jabs and veiled insults in his interviews. Roy finally reached his breaking point after Floyd posted that silent video clip of himself watching Roy suffer a knockout without any caption or context, just pure disrespect. That post was the spark. Ultimately, this fight is about earning respect. The reaction across the internet has been wildly intense since this match was officially announced.
Whether after Floyd Mayweather's subliminal disses, I saw it. And you guys are hitting me up repeatedly. Showbiz, who do you have if Roy Jones and Floyd Mayweather were to fight? And, you know, I must say, Roy Jones is my favorite fighter ever. He's my favorite fighter ever. You guys know I was a huge fanboy and all those things. I've said it repeatedly. But if they were to fight, I'll be rooting on Floyd Mayweather, man. I can't. Listen, regardless of how many times I've criticized Floyd and his career or whatever, Tim T has always shown me love, man. Floyd Mayweather showed me love. His son, his family. Look, TMT has always shown love, bro. They have kept it a bean. I just never really been able to connect with Roy like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've seen him a few times, but...
Opinions among fans are sharply divided, with some asserting Floyd will effortlessly outmaneuver Roy even today, citing his enduring elite conditioning, defensive skill, and footwork. Others are convinced Roy will aggressively walk him down and create a brutal, messy fight, believing his remaining power and unorthodox angles still pose too great a threat, particularly for a fighter like Floyd, who has not truly been struck hard in many years.
He's very explosive and he's very mean.
I was gonna say mean
too. To me, people don't give him enough credit. People always say, well, Floyd would beat Sugar. No, baby, Floyd is not as nearly as mean as Sugar was.
You don't think he would have beat him?
How? How you gonna keep him off of him? Right. Sugar is a dog. Yeah. Just cause his name Sugar don't mean nothing. Yeah. Sugar is a dog. Yeah. People don't give him enough credit for that. You gotta think, this in around, between around 13 and 14, I think. Angelo Dundee said, you're blowing it, son. Sugar Leonard guy went there and put these things on Tommy Hearns, who knocked Roberto Duran cold with one shot. Your Tommy hits you just like G-Man. You've been hit. Yeah. So for Sugar to go out there and do that, man, they don't give Sugar enough credit. You understand me?
He's a great finisher too.
They don't give Sugar enough credit.
He gets you hurt,
They don't give Sugar enough credit. So for me, I like Floyd, and Floyd is cool, but it's like, it's gonna be hard for me to see how they're gonna take it and beat Sugar. I mean, they'd have to do something different, that's for sure. Now, if he did something different, he probably have a chance, but just the way he been doing with normal people, that's not gonna work. What I saw in his prime, that's not gonna work with Sugar. Sugar got a third element right there.
He said third element.
He does. He got a third element right there. And we know that. We think Floyd got one, but we don't know. We ain't never seen a challenge. We know Sugar got.
Strategically, Roy's biggest advantages remain his natural size and his raw knockout power. He has always been physically larger than Floyd and possesses a formidable history of stopping opponents, which commands immediate respect for his punching ability. Even now, his training clips show glimpses of that same explosive force. His style is famously unpredictable, featuring leaping hooks, strange angles, and rhythm-disrupting jabs. His awkwardness could genuinely frustrate Floyd's system. Floyd's sole path to victory is to stay completely elusive, use constant movement to create frustration, extend the fight into the later rounds, and narrowly win rounds with sharp, precise counters. However, this entire plan depends on Roy never landing one perfectly clean punch. Given Floyd's advancing age, his ability to take a punch may not be what it once was.
He did a great job, but he did it for himself, and it worked for him. But everybody now wants the Mayweather concept, because Mayweather made so much money, staying undefeated, waiting to the right time to fight Pacquiao, fighting the right people to fight at the right time. He monopolized the business. But the problem was, it only made him money and the people he was fighting. It didn't make money for the whole sport. So what he did himself a great job, but it hurt the sport, because not everybody wants to fight, stay undefeated. You understand me? Me, it's like when two guys get here, they gotta meet. No, wait. They was here 5 years ago. Yeah. They should have met. You understand me? Because now, we probably could have got 3 good fights out of it. You understand me? But because we waited too long, the problem what people don't understand is,
this face-to-face encounter was far more than two aging legends shouting into microphones. It served as a powerful reminder that history never truly retires. These are two fighters who fundamentally changed the sport and defined their own eras. Now, with nothing material left to prove, they are still fiercely attempting to prove something deeply personal. Floyd aims to remind everyone that he remains the smartest fighter to ever put on gloves, and that his untouchable reputation is still intact.
We back like we ain't never left. Vegas Auto Gallery, my man Nick right here. Went shopping today.
He wants to demonstrate that enduring losses does not erase your inherent greatness and to prove he still possesses that fierce competitive spirit. This fight is not for championship titles or for a financial prize. It is being fought for the very culture of the sport itself.
How do you beat Floyd? He hasn't been beaten. How do you get through the Philly shell?
I'm Roy Jones Jr.
All right, you got it, Roy. You're the best, legend.
All right, everyone. Stay tuned for the latest in boxing news, highlights, events, and stories. Subscribe to Ring Headquaterzz and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Be sure to watch our other videos too. Until next time, take care and stay safe.